Welcome to the Reconnection Club podcast, the show that helps parents heal troubled relationships with their adult sons and daughters. I'm your host, psychotherapist Tina Gilbertson. Each week, I'll offer you compassion, clarity, and personal development tips designed to help you reconnect, not only with your child, but with yourself. Now let's get started. If you've been studying and learning and thinking a lot about parent-child relationships, including those in your own family of origin, you may be experiencing a sort of personal renaissance. You may have gained significant insight into yourself, your child, the relationship you share, and the impact of multi-generational family dynamics on the parent-child bond. You've started to connect pieces of your life that maybe weren't connected before, and you might be shedding some healing tears as you process a lifetime of ups and downs that have led you to this unexpected place where you now find yourself estranged from your child or children. The work you're doing is both exciting and really hard at the same time. You've learned so much. You're understanding things differently now. And if you can hardly wait to share some of those hard-earned insights with your currently estranged adult child, it's no wonder. This is a very natural and understandable response to new learning and growth, especially if your child has asked you or encouraged you to do this work. But if you've been thinking about composing a note to your child about what you're learning, as so many parents think about doing, I want to suggest that you maybe hold off on that note for two reasons. The first is that your understanding will continue to evolve and expand over time. You're not now where you're going to be if you continue down this road, and I bet you will continue down this road. You're going to have so much more to share later. Think about if you were an athlete who found out you qualified for the Olympics. Would you want the games to happen tomorrow? Or would you prefer to have as much time as possible to train? How ready do you feel right now to resume a day-to-day relationship with your child that's different and better than it was before? If you still have questions about what went wrong and how to make repairs, or if you're still putting everything you say and do through a filter of how will this land on my child, then maybe you don't need to be in a hurry to involve your child in your process. To use another analogy, because I like analogies, let's say you're reading reviews of a car that you're thinking of buying. Which reviews carry more weight with you? A review written by someone who just bought the car and is really excited about starting to drive it? Or the review from someone who's owned the car for a while, has put some miles on it, and knows how it performs in different conditions? Your review of what you've been learning will only deepen and grow over time. Recognize the value of time-tested insights and growth. A second reason not to write to your child about your new understanding just yet is that ideally your understanding will be acted out in all your communication and interactions with your child, so that no written report is necessary. Your actions, your behavior, will tell your child everything he needs to know about what you've learned. For example, some parents want to compose a letter vowing to respect their child's wish for space now that they understand it. My question to them and to you is, why send a letter at all in that case? Why not show rather than tell your respect for their boundaries? If you simply act on what you've learned and live those insights you've gained in all of your relationships, it will come across. So although it is exciting and sometimes a very emotional process to learn and grow and achieve new ways of understanding and being in relationships, and although it's natural to want to share, it's not necessary to be in a hurry to do that with your estranged adult child. One, because, again, the growth is still new and will only get better with time. And two, because actions speak louder than words. If you've got news to share about all the learning and growth and healing you're doing, I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart. You are taking the most important step that any unwillingly estranged parent can take on the path to reconciliation. So please keep doing what you're doing. Focus on your own continued healing and learning and growth. All of your effort will pay off in the modeling that you'll be able to provide for your adult child or children. And importantly, the person your child initially rejected and became estranged from will not be exactly the same person she finds waiting for her on the other side of estrangement. Until next time, remember that you are a loving, lovable, and still growing human being. So please take good care of yourself. Bye for now. If you've enjoyed this episode of the Reconnection Club podcast, I invite you to check out ReconnectionClub.com. The Reconnection Club is for parents at any stage of estrangement from their adult, child, or children. So whether you've just realized there's trouble between you, you've been living with estrangement for years, or you're newly reconciled but still walking on eggshells, the Reconnection Club is your essential resource for information, support, and continued personal growth. With our courses and workshops, expert interviews, monthly Q&A calls, and a friendly, active community, the Reconnection Club is a wonderful place to be for anyone suffering the pain of estrangement from an adult, child, or children. So check it out at ReconnectionClub.com.